Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss some more questions of June 2017, and this is set C. So this is the questions from the general aptitude or part A of the section. So this is question number 1 from set C. So this question is between the cumulative frequency percentage of the research scholars and in the x-axis number of papers published. So this graph shows the cumulative frequency of research scholars and the number of paper published by them. So we have to find that which of the following given statement is correct. So here four statements are given. Majority of the scholars published more than four papers. 60% of the scholars published at least two papers. 80% of the scholars published at least six papers. And fourth one is 30% of scholars have not published any paper. So see the solution. So this is June 2017 and set C. So from the graph, the data converted to the table form. So in the table 1, cumulative frequency percentage of research scholar is given and number of papers published. So from the graph, 100 scholars published 10 papers, 90 08 papers, 80 06 papers, 60 scholars published 04 papers, and 40 scholars published 02 papers, 20 scholars published 01 paper. Now, the one more thing we have to know here is in cumulative data, the initial frequency is added to the next data. So for finding the separate data, we have to subtract the previous data to the next one. So starting from 20, so 20 published 01 paper. So this one is correct. Then subtracting 20 from the upper data, so you get 40 minus 20. So 20 published again you have to subtract the research scholars, then same on the right side you have to subtract the number of publications, so you get one publications. And similarly 60 subtract 40, so you get 20 and 02 papers. Similarly 80 subtract 60, so you get 0202 in the same way. So you get the data. So from the table 2 we get the data that how many scholars published what number of papers. So you know here that 80% of scholars published 02 papers. So from the first option, majority of scholars published more than four papers. So this statement is wrong. Option 2 is correct. 60% of the scholars published at least 6 papers. So this is correct. 80% of scholars published 6 papers. This one is wrong. Here 80% published 2 papers nearly. So this statement is wrong. And the last one is 30% of scholars not published any paper. So this is also wrong. So this is about the first question and its correct answer is option 2. Now the second question is A tells only lies on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and speak only the truth for the rest of the week. B tells only lies on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and speaks only the truth for the rest of the week. If today both of them state that they have lied yesterday, what day is it today? So it today. So we have to see the solution here. These I have written in the left side weekdays, and in the A tell lies on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I is right there lie, and rest of the day he speak the truth. In the same way, B speak truth on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and from Thursday he lies for 3 days. It's a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and on Sunday he also speak the truth. So here today both of them state that they have lied yesterday. So we have to select here the fourth day, that is Thursday. On Thursday, if we select Thursday from the option, then from the statement we have to check it that yesterday they both tells lie. So A is lie, this one is correct. B is lie, so this is also correct because he speaks the truth on that day, and he says that he lies yesterday. So this is also the uh, wrong statement, that he says that he is lies yesterday. So A lie on Wednesday, B tells lie he speaks truth on Wednesday but says he tell lied yesterday. So this is also correct. So from the option we have to select and check it from the table. So correct answer is Thursday, or which is option number 2. Now this is question number 3. A fair die was thrown 3 times and the outcome was repeatedly 6. If the die is thrown again, what is the probability of getting 6? So here see the solution. A fair die thrown 3 times. Outcome was repeatedly 6. Die is thrown again, then what is the probability? So from the basics, probability is equals to number of events to the total number of events. It does not depend on the previous event. If we throw again, there are total 6 phases in a cube die or in a die. 6 is written one time in a die, so probability of getting 6 is even number of possible event is 1 and total number of 6 phases or 6 numbers are there in the die. So you can write 6 in the denominator. So you get 1 by 6, which is given in, I think, option number 1. So one option is correct for this question. Now the next question is, a bread contains 40% by volume edible matter and the remaining space is filled with air. If the density of edible matter is 2 gram per cc, what will be the bulk density of the bread in gram per cc? So here the four options are given and we have to use the basic concept. Bread contains 40% by volume edible matter, 40 by 100 V. We know that bread contains some empty space or pores, therefore the total mass of the bread will be only by the edible part. So if we calculate mass of edible part, then density of the whole or bulk of the bread is easily calculated. So you know density is equals to mass upon volume and mass is equals to density into volume. So here density is given of the edible matter 2 gram cc and volume is given that it contains 40% volume. So 40 by 100 of V. On simplifying, you get 0.8 times of the volume. So this is equals to the mass. Now you know that density is equals to mass upon volume. So it is 0.8 times of V to the total V. So V has been cancelled out and you get 0.8. So the bulk density is 0.8 of the bread. So correct answer for this is option number 2. Now this is question number 5. A board has 8 rows and 8 columns. A moves is defined as 2 steps along a column followed by 1 step along a row or vice versa. So what is the minimum number of moves needed to go from one corner to the diagonally opposite corner? So you have to see the solution here. A board has 8 rows and 8 columns. A moves is defined as 2 step along a column or 1 step along a row. And its vice versa means 2 step along a row and 1 step along column. So here if we start from A to B and starting from the diagonal, so 2 step along the row, 1 step along the column. So you will get the first move from then again 2 step along the column and 1 step along the row. So you take the second position, then 2 step along the row, 1 step along the column. Then you get the third move and then again 2 step along the column, 1 step along the row. So you get the fourth move and in the fifth move 2 step along the row, 1 step along the column. The fifth move and the last is sixth move. So you get 1 step along the row and you will get the position B. So in this way you will get the 6 moves for this and this is minimum number of moves required from A to B. So this is option number 2. It is asked in the question that we have to know that from going to diagonally. So we have to select this path for going diagonally. So option 2 is correct for this question. So this is all about the present video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much.